The things that speak most about Frank's work, and his work is much richer than this and deeper than this, and there's more variety to this, but the thing that people immediately respond to is the power and the drama. It is immediate impact. Boy, it rocks your foundation. It hits you right between the eyes.
Well, I've been looking at science fiction and fantasy illustrations ever since 1926. I was primarily familiar with Frank R. Paul and Hannes Bach, and then along came a striking new artist, Frank Frazetta. I've never seen anything quite as dramatic and dynamic and forceful as his work.
No, I think that's the thing about everybody is the first look at a piece of Frazetta work is the impact it has on it. Without a doubt. It's like bang, it just, Jesus, what's this, you know?
The first time I saw one of Frank's paintings was the Death Dealer piece, and it just really appealed to me. I'd never seen anything like it before, and just really defines that feeling of that time in my life.
There'd been a big battle, and you woke under a pile of bodies, and it was quiet. All you could hear was the crackling of fire, and perhaps the flap of birds' wings as they come down to eat the dead. And you slowly lift yourself up and scan around you, and then look over your shoulder, and there is the man on the horse looking down at you, axe ready to deal death.
Well, the drama, the color, the composition, everything. As soon as you see it, you know you're in for a treat.
And they jump right out at you. I remember the first one that struck me was this Viking, the character, in a sled being drawn by polar bears. And I just said, God, that's really cool.
The thing is, Frank's got some kind of real deep primeval thing about his stuff. It's not technique, it's just a feeling, it's just a power.
Looks like these characters can just jump off the canvas, or you can walk into the canvas and shake their hands and say, okay, what we're gonna do next. Nobody else does that but Frazetta.
It's almost as though someone had gone to another dimension or another time or another world and photographed these, and then they'd been in black and white perhaps, and he had colorized them.
The thing that makes Frank is the fact that he's just able to capture the precise moment of tension in any figure that he paints. It's a real rare capability to do. You know, you obviously sometimes just get the moment before, the moment after. He's able to capture the height and the apex of movement in every figure.
They weren't posed.
No,
it was not Maxwell Parrish.
It was like a stopped piece of film.
People say Frank freezes the image. Well, Frank sees everything. He freezes the image. He's also the loosest guy I've ever saw. If Frank have a character standing looking like he's moving, which is hard, because most guys that stand characters look stiff. So Frank doesn't just freeze a moment, Frank is the moment.
They fill a lot of things. Their adventure, their pornography, they're all of these things put together, above all, art. And so that you can look at something and you just marvel. You can look at it for hours. You can come back and look at it again.
Looking at a Frazetta piece, you can't do it in a book. You can't do it in a photograph. You've got to stand in front of an original piece of art. And you know, that's one of the great things about being a human being, to enhance your life that way. People go to movies, they do all the things that they do because they're trying to expand their life, they're trying to add to life. And one of the deepest things you can do in terms of enriching yourself as a human being is communicating with the soul of another human being through art.
Frank painted strictly from the heart with that primal urgency. He really did create magic. There's very few artists who really put such raw emotion on a canvas as Frank Frazetta.